alright, not too bad actually. I'm gonna have to start introducing it soon. If we do go back to all-time highs with gold, we're gonna have to bring it into the streams, I think. Just because we haven't got previous data, have we? Right, I've hit record on this one now. Christmas vacation. Say again. Anyone hear him?
About the tune video.
Say again, Dan. He was talking about the tune video.
Yeah, that is posted into the group.
Oh, I've not seen it
The
yet.
Newcastle fan that hates all things red.
I've not seen it yet.
I don't have anything red in my wardrobe.
I don't have anything red in my wardrobe.
I don't even like tomatoes because they're red. I just don't have anything red in my life.
You've a grown man,
But I
get
did
over
in
it.
red.
Hey Pete, how good's that Sunderland Newcastle match?
I know, 6th of January I can wait.
I bet you can. I bet you can.
I can't because you're going to slow.
Yeah, it's not going to be fair, is it? Let's be honest.
It'll be good atmosphere, mate.
Yeah, I think it will be.
Not
I-
played for a long time with each other, have you?
Nah.
It's always good to new hostility, isn't it?
Maybe take it to 5 minutes, just a game at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm like that. Like I think there's idiots what ruin it. Like I love the rivalry and that, but you don't want it where you can't take your bloody kids to the match. Do you know what I mean?
No, I'm with you. I can't take my kids to Derby.
Yeah.
Just too much aggravation.
Stupid, isn't it? Right, guys, I'm going to get straight into a top down, and then while we're waiting, because it's 90% waiting, isn't it, in Forex? Yeah, while we're waiting, we can carry on taking the mick out of Sunderland. I mean, sorry, Pete. Sorry about that, Pete. Okay, so top down. Monthly, exactly the same as before. Now, the monthly's done a bottom wick now, but I don't think it's done its bottom wick to the previous support, which is 1990. So I do feel that this month, this candle could actually make it down to 1990 because we've had the breakout. Monthly should come and tap 1990, but then flip to the upside. Now it hasn't done that. It's pushed up first, and now it's flipping to the downside. However, it's flipped. It's still 24 days left of this month, so it can still pop down, tap previous support, and still flip back up to the upside if it wants to. Okay. Now, obviously, it's not what I want. I want price. I want the monthly to land back in these areas, and if it does that, then for me, this is the liquidity grab in order to drive past 1840 levels, and that's what I'm hoping. Price will start moving its way back down. Okay. So we are sort of bearish on the monthly. Now I know we've closed bullish, heavily bullish, but because we've created that top wick and we haven't had a bottom wick to our previous support, technically we're saying that the monthly will probably come down to 1990 before flipping. Now I say this monthly candle might not do that. Might be the next monthly. So this monthly could close doji like this, and then the next monthly comes down, taps, closes below, or flips to the upside. We don't know. We've just got to see with price. But we should get 1990 tapping if it wants to break past 21.51. That's crazy. So this will probably have to get tapped at some point if we want to break past 21.51. Okay. Let's go to the weekly. So weekly, again, heavily bullish. Done the same thing. Now the thing with the weekly this time, you've actually tapped the previous support on the weekly. So here's the previous support on the weekly. We've tapped it. So that tells us now the weekly candle's done all it needs to do. So we don't know what it's going to do now. This weekly could come back, close doji, close like this. It could just consolidate. We don't know, or can push further. Now, one thing I'm thinking it might push further is because this weekly here has not got a bottom wick. And what tends to happen is the candles will eventually come back, create a bottom wick for this, and then it can shoot off back up if it wants to. So I do think we're going to push down to at least 1999. Beyond there, we've got to be careful. So what I'll do is I'll put my range down to that, and that could be our target for today. Okay. Our daily close. Now that daily, I mean, look at that daily candle, guys. I mean, what were the pips on that? Bear in mind it moved up there. Wow, loads of pips. You moved up there and then you come back down on one daily candle. Now the daily closed back into the range. Okay, so where's the next daily? So if we say the daily is like that, the daily's like that. Where's the next range on the daily? So the next range on the daily is this zone here. You can see price comes down straight through. This one didn't quite make it, came back up. Where does that come back to? Okay, well, let's mark that up as well. So you've also got another little range here, potentially take wing backs. So we've had a big bearish close, right? And then we've had a break into the new zone. So technically we are in this zone. Now if we look at previous data, what does price do when the daily closes below there? What happens next? Well, we've had a break, you come back up, you tap previous support, and then you've pushed through. You've had a break and then you've closed back in, you've got a fake out and move back in. So are we going to be pushing back up to 2040 levels today? Are we going to be pushing in them direction? We don't know. We closed respecting, came back down, broke in, came back down. Have we got more data? Straight through, and I believe that's all we've got, isn't it? Yeah, that's all we've got. So about 90% of the time you come straight through to 1991. Okay, the other 10%, say, we came back up, we tapped 2047 before driving through. Now, the thing what's telling us that we might not need to come back, what do you think it could be? Well, it could be because I do believe that this liquidity wasn't enough to push past these levels. So it has to pull back to refuel to come past. Now, do you think this liquidity is enough to push past these levels? I would say so, because you've had a massive push to the high, and the higher it goes, like, the further it can come back down. So I'm pretty happy that we can still come down to fill this range without tapping 2048. But as long as we're aware of it, and if price starts pushing up, we know that, okay, if we put stops above there, for example, if we were looking at trades, you could use it as an area to play stops, or an area of interest where if price is pushing back up, that could be our target if we're looking at buys. So see how we're sort of telling a story from the monthly all the way down. So let's have a look. So the daily at the minute, now this daily came down to 2000. We haven't came down to 2000 levels yet on the daily. So is this daily going to flip to the downside? So if we can just identify the daily flipping to the downside, we can look to take sales to come back down, because you're probably going to have to test the previous zone anyway before going. So can we not just take a 4 hours? I'll look at the 4 hours. So in that case, because I know the hourly 4 hours got 2 hours left on it. The hourly's closed respecting this zone. So for me, this hourly is going to have to come back down, create a bottom wick at least for this. But how can I get in? How can I get in? it's what I would prefer is an hour bearish close. If we can get an hour bearish close. Oi! Get down! Rosie! Doggone mental. So we've had an hour bearish close, respecting. Sorry, bullish close, respecting the zone. Now, what I have been testing as well is if you close respecting and this candle pushes up first with no bottom wick, sell stop underneath for the candle to flip, because you know the candle needs to flip to pull back anyway. So the 4 hour, even the previous 4 closed respecting. So could we not just take? We would need a hour close. We might have a trade soon here, guys. Where's this 15 at? So there's a 15-minute zone there. So if we can get a 15 close back into the range, where do we want that 15 close and below? Tricky. We sort of need an hour close, really, a bearish close, because if you get an hour bearish close, and then we can look at a top wick for a wick entry. But at the minute, because we're bullish, we don't know where that. Yes, it's close respecting, but it doesn't mean the next candle's not going to push to the next zone. And if we're coming back down, how far are we coming back down? So can we take wing back buys back up? Tough taking buys actually back up, because the daily, this could just be the daily pulling back, testing previous support, which it's doing now. You haven't broke the daily high. So I would expect this candle to flip to the downside. Because currently the daily, a bit like yesterday, this daily is currently hovering in this range. So therefore, where should price go? Price should come to fill the range.
Exactly what I've got, mate. I've got to sell on the board.
Oh yeah. What, you in on it now?
Yeah. Off the daily, it's a limit.
Ah, right, yeah. Yeah, so
But it's just
we can either get, I mean, if we can get a 30-minute close back below here, and this, then the next candle opens up. So if we get a 30 close like that, and then the new 30 pushes up first, we can look to get a sell stop underneath to come back down to fill the range. But because that would be the hourly put, creating a steeper bottom wick. Or we just wait for the hour and 47 minutes to come back down. We just want an hourly close back in this range, really, 2031. But I'm just trying to see if we can take it off the 30, because that's going to be, well, the 15 is the next candle to close. So let's see where this 15 closes. If we need this 15 closing back into the range, ideally. Because if we don't, then we're going to be pushing the next range. And where's the next range? Up here, isn't it? The ranges have been huge, haven't they? I mean, look at that, 150 pips. So let's see how this 15-minute closes. Can you hear that music alright, Pete?
Yeah. Well, a little bit.
Okay. Cool. Now, if we can catch this flip today, again, I'm sure we could probably get some flyers today. I mean, there is a minor support here where the daily's sort of respecting. It's a minor support. So are we going to come back up? If so, are we going to be like this today? So like this candle. You think these are daily candles here? Are we going to do this today? We're not going to move much. And then the next day starts making its way back up. Is this what we're going to get? This pullback? Or are we going to flip and drive down to fill the range at 1991? That is the question today. We've got to be careful we don't get caught out. Oh, so we've had a 15 close now. Now the 15 close has done nothing. The 15 is still respecting this area. Okay. No, we're there, because do we have to break the highs again? Come back down. It's 10 pips. Now let's have a look above, see if, when you get an hour close here, where do we tap? So this hour close respecting, but we still tap 2039. So does that mean we're going to come back up to tap there? What happens when we close below? When we come up. The hourly's flipping as well to the upside. And then zone here. 2039. Zone here back down. 18 pips. I'm just trying to work some wing back zones here. Look at these here. So, hourly close. Where do we tap? We tap 2036. Because we've come from quite far low, haven't we? We've come from 2013 levels. 2015 levels. Came back up. Close respecting. Didn't quite tap that zone. Could we get a wing back from 2037? Tough because we haven't had a bearish hour close. Dun, dun, dun. Hour close, and then we pop up to 2039. So currently that's probably all we can take at the minute. Wing back from 2039. Gotta then come back to 2034, because you would think you're gonna have to break the lows again if you want to drive. I think that's a if date, isn't it? Yeah. So if we say we're going to pop up to 2039 from this hour, we're going to do something like this. Up, either pull back, close doji, or pull back. Even if you close up there, if you think about it, if the hour closes up there, the new hour is going to have to come back, test previous support anyway, and then flip. So currently, because we've closed respect in here, we could actually take this as a wing back sell. Not so much this one, which there is times where prices hit this and then gone. I mean, what's the difference here? 19 pips. I mean, it could be a second entry, I suppose. Depending on how the lower time frame candles look moving up here, whether we get the wing back on here. Failing that, we're after a sells below here, but we're probably gonna have to take the 30-minute if we're looking for sells below 2030. Yeah, because if you take a lower time frame, you could get 5-minute breaks and then just come back up to break the highs, just fake outs. Okay, because it's not really range 2, so we can either look at that. We need a 15-minute close. I probably want. Where's the next 15? That'd probably do. That'd be range 2 on the 15. So what I mean by range 2, guys, is we're bullish. You need price to cross 2 ranges, and then you can take this breakout. And what that is because you tend to get a fake out, moving back into the first range, get a fake out, and then back up to push higher. So that's something we could look at. So maybe not this one. I'm just thinking with this 15, if this 15 doesn't break the highs, this 15 doesn't close and break the highs. About a minute, guys, we were looking at wingbacks from 2039. I think with stops though, stops are going to have to be the high. What's this? My stops have been so big lately. It's just because the ranges are a lot bigger. What's that? Look at that. 2030. But the good thing about it as well, it doesn't really make much of a difference because you take partial move to break even. I mean, look, 46 pips there for take partial move to break even. So it would be something like this for wingback sells. Now, the thing with wingback sells, what you sort of want to see, you want to see bearish closes. So ideally you want an hour bearish close, and then the new hour opens up, breaks the highs, and then flips to the downside. Now you want a bearish close, or it's got to close respecting, and I'm pretty confident that that hour is closed respecting this zone. It's quite a prominent zone, really. It's quite a strong area. But it's not to say that the next candle can close it in the zone. Yeah. So because Forex, anything can happen. So for me, the hour's close respecting. So if we can just get a pop up, break the highs again, 2039, we can look to bring it back down. That's what we got going on. Now, depending on the lower time frame, how they're looking, whether we enter 2030, 37. Now, it might not get up there. Why do you think it might not get up there? Because it's come from 2015 levels, 2013 levels without a pullback. If you think about where's all the money sitting here, all the money is sat like that. So price is gonna want to come back down, pick up all these orders what have been put in all down here. So is this the push up? Is this the push up ready to come back down? That's what we're saying, because this is the daily. If we go to the daily now, it means the daily would be pushing to test the previous wick. Still not breaking the highs, but test the previous wick. We might not even get up there looking at this daily. Because this is previous support on this daily, isn't it? So we might not even make it up there. 4 hour. 4 hours still close respecting. Is this 4 gonna flip? Do you know what? We might not make it up there. Now if we get a 15 close in here and price pushes up first, potentially we can look at it, but it's got to have a good pullback. If not, we're looking at the 30. Now what's the 30 doing? Same with the 30. If the 30 comes in and then we get a decent pullback, we can look to bring the 30 across this range. But other than that, we're looking at sells below here for range 2. Off the 15 I think it was, wasn't it? Was it the 15? Yeah. Good morning, watching on YouTube. So we're gonna have, what's this? 2039.59, 2039.59, and then we've got 2034.86, and we've got 2052.34, and then we got 2034.86. Target is the daily target at 1991. 1.21. Okay. Got the copper at the door again. One of Mason's friends knocks on the door, but he knocks like he's a bloody copper. There's 15 rejecting. So if we keep respecting this zone, we can maybe look to get in. Back down, but we've got to take an advantage point. This is the thing with them. Got to have an advantage point. What's this range here? 25 pips, what's that? 75, that's not too bad. Because if you think about it, if price does break into the range 2, 2028, you're going to come down to create a bottom wick for this, aren't you, off the hourly? That's probably why it's coming down there. So that would be like our take partial move to break even zone. So it would be something like this. I did want a wing back from the high though. See if we can get it, guys. 30 closes in 2 minutes. Has your sell limit been activated, Pete? Did you reach your target, your sell limit?
Yeah, it must have bobbed about a bit.
Right. Where did you have it from? Did you have this on 2034?
Hang on 2 seconds. 25.81.
Teabag's broke, Anna. What was that? Drink me brew me all the bits of the tea bags at the bottom.
Oh,
I hate when it does that. What did you say? 2035?
2025.81.
2025.
I used the fib on the previous daily candle.
Alright, so Alright. So you're down here, so you're looking to... Are you in drawdown then, I take it? Or you're not activated?
Yeah, a little bit.
Alright. Oh, you're off the daily, aren't you? That's why. Yeah.
Go off the daily.
Yeah.
Avoid all the mess.
Yeah, you like. I love bits of tea bag in your mouth. I don't know, I think this is a movie. I don't think we're going to get up to these levels, are we now? I think we pushed too far.
Teabag it in your mouth.
Got a tea bag in my mouth, mate.
I was thinking that when you said it.
Not that type of tea bag.
Hey,
Not back in the day.
YouTube channel's gone downhill.
Yeah.
Oh.
15 close. Is that the 30? So the 30's closed below. No bottom wick on this 30 though. That's tough. I think we're gonna have to wait, guys. Hopefully this 30 will pop up. So if this 30 can come and pop and break the highs, come back down. Just thinking, could we take 2034 now, because you've broke back below here. Now when you get a 30 close below you don't tend to pull back. Tap previous support, you fly through. And this is the last 30 of the hour. So if we can get an hour close back below 2028, punishing hour close anywhere around here really, and then a top wick, and then a flip to the downside. That 30 is difficult because you haven't had a bottom wick, so I think if the 15 pops back up. Can't get in at the minute, guys. Can't get in. We should be coming to fill this range or 2028. What's this with the 4? This is a 4 pulling back. Is the 4 going to close respecting? That's the question. 2, 3, 1. Good morning, Sarah.
Morning.
How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks to you.
Yeah. You'll be in a sell on gold, are you? Knowing you.
I've not been able to look, I'm just driving.
Oh, yeah. I hope you're not on your phone. We're close to a trade, mind. I've got a couple of wing-back zones marked up, but I'm hoping this 30, I don't think this 30 is going to do it, but I wanted this 30 to pop up and then flip. Now, it can still happen on the hour. If the hour can close like this, and then the new hour can come up, break the highs one more time, and then flip. So like this here, so we push down. 1 hour comes, breaks all the highs, and then pulls back, and then we flip to the downside. But whether it's going to do that on this hour, we don't know. We will see.
Not very often you get two legends in the
Up
same
a little
car.
bit too, so.
You what, Sarah?
Can you hear my driving noises? Because I'll go on mute.
No, can't hear you.
Right, okay, alright.
So if we get an hour break below 2028 and we don't tap 2026, all of the hours come through, all of them. So that will be nice. Now if we get an hour break, can we not just take a wing back from 2032 at that point? Probably could. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. This 30. See, when I said with this 30, the only way we could trade this range here, because this is this is a range 1 breakout. So the trend's bullish. This is the first breakout to the downside. this is where you tend to get your fake outs come back up. So this 30 could easily just close back into this range, and then this whole move was a fake out, then price will carry on up, and this entices all the sellers in. So if you think about it, if you didn't know about range 1, range 2s, a lot of people be selling here, be short here, because you've had a breakout back into the zone. But where would the stops be? Stops would be above here, like that. A lot of people be like that. So what tends to happen with fake outs is activates everyone's entries, and then push down to tad, puts them into profit a bit, and then flips and either closes like that or heavily bullish, powers through. Yeah, and sometimes even if price wants to push down, what will tend to happen is one candle will come and break all the highs to grab all the liquidity and then flip to the downside, and then you'll be left with a big wick like this. And what that's doing is just picking up all everyone's stops before it goes. And when you first started trading, did you go through a phase of, do you know what, my stop just gets hit by like 1 pip, 2 pip, and then it goes straight to my TP? Yeah, because you're doing a retail trader thing and putting your stops just like that. Because they know you think we're up against very smart people, very, very smart people trying to take our money. So we've just got to wait. What we want to see. I'm just thinking if we break the lows here and we get a wing back, the wing back could potentially come from 2034, or if we break below 2028, we can get a wing back from 2032. But at that point, we can look at sell stops anyway, coming back down. I would prefer a wing back though.
For a wing back, is it just a sell stop further up? Just waiting for it to obviously pull back and then trigger you into then drop.
It'd be sell limits. So
Sell limit.
yeah. So the difference between a stop and a limit is if this was your sell limit here. If this was your sell stop, you would want price to go through it and carry on. It would activate you here and sell. With a sell limit has to be above price. Let's say our sell limit's here. Oh. We want price to come up, go beyond it, and then as it comes back down, gets activated, and then this would be our trade. That's a sell limit.
Activate you going through it, it's waiting for it to pull back and come back down.
Yeah, but I mean, it gets activated straight away really once you tap it, because you think the lower time frame candles are constantly moving up and down, so that's a difference. So I mean, when I'm doing these wing backs like this, yeah, so we've got a wing back for 2039. Yeah, if you're looking at the trade ideas, I'll just be posting the sell limit. It'll just be a sell limit from there. So price comes up, taps it, activates, and then drops. But I haven't posted it yet because it's either going to be from 2039 or 2037. The further price pushes, the lower the wing back area is going to be. So I haven't posted it in the trade IDs yet, but it's ready. It's ready.
Never taken a wing back before, so I've never.
Yeah. Well, you can just market execute. If you're watching these streams, Danny, I'll just market execute me. I don't set a sell limit. I just market execute near that area. But for guys who are not on it,
It's proficient.
yeah. Oh, we're pushing down, aren't we? Tough getting in. Yeah, like I said this morning on the stream, what I have been doing lately is when you get an hour close and you're confident that, you know, you're 100% confident that you've closed respecting, and then the new hour opens up and pushes up first. I've been getting sell stops underneath the hour, ready for the flip to come back down. That's been working pretty good. But I need more testing with it, really. Oh, look at this hour flying down. So we've got 19 minutes left of this hour. Now the 30 does not like it's pulling back. So where's the 30 going to close? The next candle to close is the 15. Now, if we can get a 15-minute close below 2028 and we get a pullback, we can look to get a sell stop underneath, or potentially get a wing back from 2032. But the 15, I mean, the 15 didn't close below here, did it? Because even if we get a sell stop from 2032, even if price wants to push down and break these lows, right, push down, you're gonna have to pull back anyway to go. You're not just gonna go like that. So could we not just take could we not just take a buy from there? You can't take a buy from there. Can't take a buys at the minute. This is a potential, this one. Move this to the side because this might not be going now. So what would this be then? This would be the 30. That would be the hour breaking the low. Ooh, yeah. So we need a pullback, guys. This is the thing, we need a pullback, right? So we don't want this 15 to fill this range at 2026. That's our advantage point. So we'd need the 15 to pull back. Now where do we want it to pull back to? This is the thing, it doesn't need much of a pullback, does it? It's going to have to tap previous support. Oh. Oh, no. 80 pips. Ooh, 2 minutes left. This is 15. Going to fill the range. If it fills the range, guys, it's gone. We're going to have to wait for we'll look for a wing back from 2032. Four's pulling all the way down. Is the 4 going to flip? 3. It's going to fill. It has. 2 minutes left. One minute. At this point, you might as well wait for the hour to close. 15 minutes. If this comes 50% of that range, no point. We'll just wait for the hour close. look at this. Can't take that now, guys. It's filling the range. Whoa, no bottom wick either. So what that means is it's probably going to pop down first. So we might as well just wait for the hour. We'll just wait for the hour. What do we want to see off the hour then? Because we've broke that now. This is probably unlikely. These wingback zones are probably unlikely. We'll leave. So where do we want to see an hour close? So what's this? Let's make sure we find this hour zone correctly. What can help us? Trending structure indicator. See, it has it's filled that, hasn't it? Where do we pop down to after here? It's not the cleanest, is it? But if this daily's going to flip, it's going to drive. Yeah, so we've got an hour break here, 2029. Where do we come to after that? So that is our next zone, I would think. Our break, pull back. Our break, pull back. Did we fill that range? We didn't, did we? And then we push through. Okay. But yeah, we come through to 2021. So as long as we don't fill that range. Tap. Need one of them balls. Have you seen them ball mouses? What they're called? Straight through. So our close. Well, that's coming back down though. Straight through the range. This is what we don't like, these little fake outs like this. So break to the low, comes back, taps 2032, pushes further. We don't want this because it can just go straight through. Our break, fill the range. Fill the range. Look, now this is where it gets tricky because what is this hour doing? What did I say at the start of the stream? Price will probably want to create a bottom wick for this, but now that it's creating a bottom wick for this, what can this hour do? This hour can do anything. It could just pull back if it wanted to. So it's at, where's this hour going to pull back to? We're going to have to wait for an hour close. And then we need to work out what's happening next. Is this a fake out on the hour? Because if you think about it, the hour zone itself, where's the hour zone? The hour zone's like that. And then you've got this little messy area here. So range 1 breakout, range 2. So if we get an hour close into here like this, and then we can get a top wick, we probably look to take sell stops down to fill the rest of the range at 21. We probably can't take a wing back, because if you think about it, this could be a fake out back, and if we take a wing back, could we take a wing back lower time frame? Let me have a look at this little range here. Because 15 no bottom wick. You create a bottom wick and no top wick on this 15, so does that mean you're going to close bullish and you're going to start coming back up? You've tapped the zone perfectly, but it didn't give us a chance to get in. So where are we going to pull back to? We're going to have to wait for the hour. We wait for the hour, guys, and then we see what the hour does. If we can pull back, we've got to tap at least 2026 in order to get sell stops on, and then we look to bring it down. Where's the 4?
2029, you mean?
2029. Yes. No, down to 2021.
No, it's just you said we're going to tap 2026, I think.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna have to wait, guys. 8 minutes. So go and grab yourself a brew. We'll wait for this hour to close, and then we will realign, recock, and re-engage. Look at this hour powering. Very tough taking that there. You couldn't take that 15-minute break to the low because there's no bottom wick. You've had no top wick on this 15 either. So very, very risky. I'm going to go and make another brew, guys, like a decent one this time, you know, without all the bits of the tea bag in.
He's not just still on the go, man, Pete.
Do you know what I've been, our own, been making our, Mrs. makes her own latte, so like, heats the milk up and that. Been lovely.
She used like a frother, man.
No, just with a pan, mate, but then she stays it proper, so froths it all up. We do it the old fashioned way. We live in Wales, remember, people, in the cave. We live in a cave.
Shake to stir it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go make another brew. I'll be back in a second. Oh, I can feel that range lovely, isn't it? Now, if we can work out where the hourly is going to pull back to, can we not just take a wing back from 2029? Because we haven't filled this range yet at 2021. So See, the hours don't tend to break below. We tend to pull back to 2032, so could we not just take a wing back from 2032 off the new hour? So if I mark that up, that's as long as we don't tap 2021. I'm just worried about this here. What's this? Bloody hell, 200 pips. For some reason we've had... Oh no. Yeah, look, they all tapped 2021. We haven't tapped 2021 yet. So I do believe we've got to tap 2021 even if we want to break back above the highs. So if we can pull back first, new hours happened, hasn't it? So if we can pull back to 2032, we look for a wing back sell from there. So break below, pull back 2032. What's that range though? 24 pips for the flip back down. Could that work? No bottom wick. Okay. Now if we get a fake out, I don't know whether we're going to get up there though. Guys, this is what I've got going on at the minute. Wing back sell. We might not make it up there though, but what I'm thinking about doing, pips are huge, stops. What I'm thinking about doing is getting a sell stop on also, but the only issue you've got with a sell, you haven't brought these little minor support, but you should still come and tap 2021. So the hour might not break past this, it might only tap 2029. So let's get this set up. Set limit. We might not get up there, but we'll see. Be better if we get up there without a bottom wick as well. Be much better. Two, TP1, and now we will be a bit aggressive. I will be going to safety once we come back down to tap 2029 because that's TB2 and our target. We know we're going to be pushing there, but three. Okay, that's what I've got going on, guys. I'm looking at a sell from 2031. Now, what can happen when you get an hour close below, you can get a pullback to tap this zone, and then it's still flip. Now, if we can keep pushing back without a bottom wick, fantastic. However, the hour really, if you think about it, only needs to come and tap 2029, right? It only needs to come and tap that 2029 because create a new range here, where previous data they all tend to come back to 2031. But this could just be the new range what's formed. So the thing with the way we trade is, yes, we go off previous data, Alright, we go off previous data, but price will make new ranges and create new zones. And it looks like that's what's started to do here. So whether we come back to respect this. Now, if I can, there is one little area one I'm a bit worried about, and it's where we wick down. Things that doesn't matter because we've closed, haven't we? We've closed below, so it's whether how far back we're gonna come. That's what I've got going on, guys. Uh, 35 pips down in that zone. Can we get up there?
Excited for Santa coming today?
I am, are you?
Oh, yeah, I love Christmas.
Yeah, I do. I like Christmas. Now, if we get a pullback to 2029, you can even get a sell stop on underneath as well. Because you would think you've still got to come and tap 2022 even if you want to push back up. So this is what I'm saying with this hour. It might not get all the way to our wingback zone. Okay, might just come and tap previous support and then flip to the downside, and it'll look something like this. And at that point as well, you'd only need stops on the high as well, I suppose. So stops would only need to be above here, because you're arguing saying that, well, you can't get up to here without tapping this, because all price does it really.
Shouldn't get much upward movement today, like it's after the grab it's done.
Yeah, well, if that daily's going to flip like it looks like it's going to, because remember the daily's broke to the low. These are what I'm worried about here. Look at this. That big 1 hour candle all the way up to 2047, and that tapped 2025. Have we tapped that? Yeah, look, we've tapped it. So could we power up from here? This is why I was a bit cautious from taking a wing back. However, if we look on the lower time frame, we haven't done any of this here yet. So I do believe if we're tapping this and we're going to power up on the lower time frame, you're going to get something like this up. You're still going to get that. So that's why I would take partial move to break even as a 2029. But I appreciate that stops are pretty big. Stops have been big since this week, really, all week, just because price is so high, the ranges are so big. So unfortunately, but once you start going through all the cycles of trading, things will change all the time. It won't stay like this. See, even that's 110 pips. We go. Because this could just be a fake out, remember. So the hour could easily just come, break back into the range like that, and then you've had a fake out. You should be coming back up to break the highs. Because remember, we've only closed back into one. We've had one breakout in the hour. Remember, this one closed respecting. And they've on one break back into the zone here. This could flip now, guys and drive, so don't be getting any FOMO. If it does, not my trade to take. We'll look for sells below 2021 if it does. Only 23, yeah. See, the pullback hasn't come and tapped previous support yet for me. Are we gonna flip and drive here? You go now. I'll catch you later. Oh. Yeah, you going in the van then?
I'm going to,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, well, whatever. Doesn't make a difference really, does it? No, whatever. You go more. Oh, you can just go in the car. At least you can park there, can't you? Yeah. Yeah, then I'll pick them up. I'll message Ashton. Yawn?
You know someone's picking up anyway.
Alright, alright.
Do you need anything from town? Kelly's staying here then.
Kelly's staying here?
Yeah.
Alright, okay. Ooh, what are we gonna flip on this 5? Nearly there, guys. Is this 5 gonna flip? No top wick on this 5. Is this 5 gonna flip back to the upside? If it breaks the low, it's probably gonna come through. Oh, look at the hour. Is this the hour flipping? It's flipped. Are we gonna fill the range? What we like with the 4? Oh, look at the 4. The 4's flipped as well. Wow. Oh, who's just entered there? Who's on it? Someone's in. Come on. 5 no bottom wick. Are you going to fill the range? Yeah, looks like it's leaving town here, guys. Unfortunately, I can't get in on that. What do I want to see now, then? So the 4-hour close is next, isn't it? Look at this 4. If this 4's flipped and drove. Yeah, look, price, big indecision area here, 2021. That should get tapped before it does anything next. So I think what we need to do is see what price is going to do around the 2021 mark. So what does that mean then? This pullback's not going to happen unless the 4 could the 4 come up? 30, 15. I think we said a 15, didn't we? If we can get a 15 close below here. What does that mean if we get a 15 close below there? Maybe look at a 15 once we get below that. Guys, we're going to wait for the next 15 to close. I'll be back 1 second. Oh, where are we going? Where are we going? So we filled that range now. Now, price can do anything at the minute. We don't know where it's going. This is an area where it can reject from or power through. We don't know. So this wingback's probably not valid now because the 4's flipped to the downside. Is the 4 going to break the lows? Now, if it does, it should power through. But if it closes like this, then is the new 4 going to open up? Sorry. Open up, push up first, then tap, and then come back down. And if so, could we take wingbacks from just from 29? We'll see. Let me just delete this signal here, guys. 2 seconds. Did anyone catch that? It was a valid trade. Did you? Yeah, it was a valid trade. It's just my rules is, so what I like to see, guys, I'll do an example here. So let's say price is coming down, and then you get a breakout. Okay, you get a breakout, and the next zone, let's say it's here. And as long as you're not 50%, and as long as you've got a bottom wick on this, yeah. Obviously these would have wicks as well. What tends to happen is price then pulls back to test previous support, like that. Because this is now the previous support area, because that was the breakout area, but now it's the resistance. Okay, so we'll pull back, tap, and then we flip to fill the range. Obviously in this case we didn't get that. We didn't get that tap. And that's where you can either get a wing back sell from, yeah, or you get a sell stop underneath to come back down. I wanted that zone tap and it didn't tap it, so it just wasn't my trade to take. You just wait for another one. Simple. And there'll always be another trade, always. So don't ever think that.
I had a sell stop waiting to go on.
Yeah.
From 2030, but I didn't put it on.
Ah, right, yeah. Oh, from up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just got to be careful in them ranges, because you can get fake outs in them ranges.
Yeah.
I know all the Dean members would have caught this. Yeah. I should. What it is, sometimes said I want to flick it on live stream, but Rick will shout at me.
Yeah.
So I'm not allowed.
I cooked it, but I took it. I saw the signal afterwards.
Yeah.
Obviously I do different strategy to you, and I saw what I wanted, so
yeah.
I waited for the pullback, and then I'm placing it right now. But
yeah.
I took it to 2022, so I'm now, which is nice.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Fantastico. No, I like it, mate. You are?
Are you waiting for 4 round close now?
Yeah.
Right, I'll jump back on in a bit then.
Yeah. Forward close. See you later. No, Mikey G, what do you mean? I love it when people are winning. Love it.
No, I'm just saying, if we're rubbing it in, I got 1%.
Oh, did you? What did you get in on off the? So everyone took this our breakout apart from me.
I got the one before it, to be honest.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, on the top.
I couldn't. What?
On the 15 minutes, I think.
That one or this one?
Yeah, that one above there.
See, I couldn't take that because it did break into this zone. That's a range 1 for me. Just be careful with them moving forward though, because as price starts moving up, right, it'll, like I said, it'll entice sellers in by breaking into the next range. Loads of sellers will enter here, put the stops above here, and then price will carry on. So that's what happens quite a lot. So just be careful in future taking them. You need a range 2 really, at least on the 15, which to be honest with you, we got it because this was range 1. So this is your range 1 breakout here. So this would be no trade. There's your breakout there on the 15. And then range 2 would be this one. So this one here would have been a 15-minute breakout. However, we couldn't take that. Why couldn't we take it? No bottom wick.
Yeah.
Yeah, no bottom wick. And what tends to happen when you get no bottom wick is you get a break. And if you have no bottom wick, the next candle tends to, I always use that word, tend, right? Because Forex, anything can happen. Tends to push down first and then flip, closes doji or something like that. And then what happens is this one creates a bottom wick for this candle. And then you start looking to come back up.
I was wondering whether to go in because I was seeing if it was going to go up to 2037.
Yeah.
Before it came back down, but
I know that would have been nice, wouldn't it?
I've just been doing like a bit of a risk entry and then a confirmation entry like before.
Yeah. But
just keeping my lot size as low.
If it,
it's a risk one.
Yeah, if it works for you, mate, like, keep doing it, man.
I know.
Your logbook will tell you if it's working, won't it?
Yeah, man.
That's the thing. The thing with this industry, what I've noticed, right? There's too much aggression with other traders and other educators, and just the thing you've got to look at is, however somebody trades, if it works for them, it works. There's no right or wrong. I can never diss someone else's strategy because I do believe all the strategies work. It's just whether that person manages it right. Well, that 15 no top wick. Are we going to pull back? And if we pull back, are we going to come and tap 2028? But let's work out this 4. What do we want to see on this 4 hour? So there's a forward range there, which we tapped. I mean, look at that one there. So we had a 4 hour breakout, but then you've had building up 4 hours, building up, came up, tapped this support here, because we closed back in and then pulled back. So what do we want to see now? Well, we want to see a break, either a break or just a bearish close on the 4. That would confirm that the daily, because if you look at the daily now, guys, look at the daily, what it's done. Is this daily going to flip? Because remember, the daily target is 1990. That's our target today. Yeah. So is the daily going to pop down? Is that our target? No, it's not. This is our target here. 2000 is our target. Break, pull back, tap, flip. Yeah, 2000 is our target, sorry. Got that purple. So that's our target, but are we going to get a bearish, bullish close and then we start moving up? We need to see. Because what we could be getting is just this. Are we just going to get this? And what's going to tell us? Well, it's going to tell us if the daily does flip, it's going to want to come and tap 20. What's the difference between this and, I'll see if I can get them on one screen, on this one? Well, the difference is the first bearish candle tapped 2000. This first bearish candle didn't tap 2000. So therefore, is this one going to tap 2000? Because they all tap 2000, all of them. So and if this one hasn't done it, that tells that this one's going to do it. But it might not, because Forex, anything can happen. But that's what tends to happen. I mean, this could close Nestle and the next daily comes down. We don't know. Just got to see. But the odds are pretty in our favour if they all tap 2000 and this one hasn't done it yet. That's a better cup of tea. So the forward then, what did we say about the forward? If we can find a forward zone, which we're bang on it really. If we can get a 4, I don't like this. It's fake out here. So if we can get a 4 hour close. That's just a fake out there. Where's this? Is that a 4 hours zone now? No, it's not. Forward close, pull back nicely to 2020, and then drive through. Nice. Nice, nice. I think there's a lot of news today, isn't there? New York session. Forward close, pull back. Previous support 2024. Let's mark that up, see what this is. So what is this for? Break, pull back. Didn't quite make it. There's a small wing back area there, but it's not huge. That's where we're on now, really. Break, in. Back down. I would like a forward close below 2020, but I don't know whether we're going to get that. It's going to be interesting to see what this forward does, because this is a minor support here on the 4 2025, right? There's a minor support here. Let's mark this up. Let's have a look what this looks like. Because if this is not a zone, then this could just be a pullback to retest 2021 to push back up. So we need to make sure that this is the 4 hour respecting. If we close bearish, fantastic. This one broke above. $2021 area. Broke above. Comes back to 2021, then goes back up. Four through four, look, come through, but what did that do first? Could we get a wing back from 2035? The issue we've got, we don't need to pull back because we had such a... Ah, look at that. Look at that. Lines up perfect. Look at that. This forward here. I didn't notice this earlier, but... Where was I at? Perfect wing back zone. Ah, look. We broke below, then we've come back, we've tapped that zone, and now we're coming through. So if we get another break below, we don't need to come back up. So is the 4 just going to drive? Would we just market execute if we get a oh, sells below? We just need a forward close below here, but it's whether it's going to push down to that. 2, 3, 1. Yeah, we just wait for the forward close, guys. If it doesn't, it might mean we're waiting another hour. Because we need a break below. We can't do anything until we get a break below there now. Because this area here is an area where price can just pop back up or come straight through. Now, I'm thinking, if we've done this, that's now liquidity to push through. So, you know, the odds on going down is a lot greater. But this is quite a strong zone here, 2021. So if we can get an hour close like this, we could maybe just take a wing back sell from 2025. If we push back up, if not, we'll take a breakout. Okay, we're looking good, guys. We're looking good. We're looking good. $31. That was a lovely wing back area, that. Let's have a flick on NAS 100 there. This was a nice trade of the day I marked up. Look at this. Close respecting. Yeah. Pull back, break to the low and lower time frame, tap, take partial move to break even. As it tapped it, shot off. I think that was news or what? Look at that beauty. Perfect. Break below, pull back, sell stop, take partial move to break even, stopped out at break even, shoots off. That's proper scalping. That is scalping. That there, done. Ooh. Breakout, tap previous support. Is the monthly going to flip to the upside? Weekly. Ooh, look at the weekly. Tap previous support, broke the lows, no top wick. Weekly really should be coming up to 16362. Nice, looks nice that. Daily. Bullish on the daily. Close back above. No bottom wick on this daily though. I've been liking that one because it sort of respects zones pretty nicely. What was the daily again? So daily, what's this zone here? Okay, daily, have we broke back above that? Oh, we haven't. So this daily is actually closed nest play. You haven't broke back above really, but if you can get a daily close tonight above there, you should. That should be the push back up to 16352. So that would be nice. But you still got 13 hours left of the day. What's the 4 like? Did the 4 break above? Yeah, that daily's it's gonna be interesting tomorrow on NAS 100. Depending on where this daily closes. Nice. The daily now, is the daily gonna flip, guys? Or are we gonna start making our way back up? That's the question. This 4 hour is probably gonna tell us, because if this 4 hour closes respecting this sort of 2021, it means the next 4 can do anything and pop back up, or it can push through. There is one fake out area on the 4s, which is here. start that up. So we're currently waiting. %90 waiting trading is, guys. Ooh, what's the 4 doing? 16 minutes for the close. Look at this 15 pushing back up. See, this area is disgusting, guys. This is what I mean. If you look at this area, it's disgusting. It's price either pushes up or pushes through. Now, I'm thinking we might push through because we've broke all the highs. Well, we didn't actually break these highs, but we broke these highs. So is that enough to push through? We will see. Time will tell. But if the 4 doesn't close, we need a bearish close on the 4 at least. But that means then the new 4 could pop up and then flip to the downside. It means we're going to be waiting on. Whew. Come on, 4. What are we doing? The 4 then. Does that mean the hour's going to just pop back to back sells? So if the 4 hour closes bearish, okay, that means we've had 2 candles respecting 2025. This area that was meant to be a box. 2025. Now, if the 4 hour opens up with no bottom wick, we can look at a wing back sell from 2030 because that's what the hour tends to tap. But if it pushes up with no bottom wick, we can just get a sell stop underneath, because you're probably going to come and fill the rest of this range anyway. But I would prefer a wing back because the advantage point would be the flip of the 4 to create a bottom wick. Stops as well at that point. We'd only need it above here because you shouldn't be breaking the highs. I'll probably go above this. Yeah, that's what we're looking at. 12 minutes. So we're looking at something like this. An hour break and then the hours start coming back up. Tap 2030. But this is the thing. It took 1, 2, 3 hours to get up there. So it means we might be waiting some time. Now, if we can get 1 hour, pull back, break the highs, and then pop. It's going to be interesting to see what this 4 does. If you're watching on YouTube, if you like what you see, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and it'll notify you when I go live. I trade most weekdays from 8 AM UK time, and we normally just cover the London session. So come along and join us. Good morning, Nate. How are you doing? I've just took a gold trade with a Dean. I know. I keep telling people on YouTube I need to speak to Vic, see if I can flick it on now and again. Yeah, I mean, we were all for sells, but I wanted to see what I wanted to see, and that was a pullback to tap my previous support, and then I was in. I didn't quite make that, unfortunately, but there'll always be another trade. But yeah, I know all the Dean members would have caught something there. We're waiting for a bearish forward close. Hopefully get a wing back sell from 2030 or stops below. Together. This is what we don't like though. Look at these here. So we've been up to 2030. No, we actually came from 2035, didn't we? Yeah, so we've been to 2035. We then broke the lows. So what does that mean? We've been in 2035. We didn't break the lows. Pushed up. Down. So when we're going to pull back down to that zone, I mean, if the 4 wants to push, you're still going to have to come back to tap 25 anyway, aren't you? Or are we going to tap 2028? What's 2028 like? 24. We might only tap 2024. I'm sure this is what we had marked up the start of the day, wasn't it? $25. Do you know what? That might be it. 2028 could potentially be our wing back sell. I mean, previous support is actually 2025, but we can get a forward close. Might not happen for a few hours though, that's the thing. Yeah, they all do. They all tap it. All through. That's what I don't like that. But we've done that, so are we just going to be breaking that? Whether the hour breaks the highs again one more time, I don't know if it's going to do that though. We can't touch anything in this range, guys. Can't touch anything in here. Bit of a dodgy range. And we've just missed that. 1 pip. So the next zone is going to be 2030, isn't it? To get tapped. Six minutes for a closure. What do the hours do? Closes, respecting. Then we come back. See, this is what I worry about here, this. We don't break below, but then we can just shoot off. I mean, it does tap 2027, pulls back. So could that would have to be our take partial maybe. I mean, what is that? 16 pips, it's not too bad. And pull back. That's what I'm saying, this range is disgusting. It can do anything. Look, these are our candles. You know, like half a day there just to pull back up. So I'm not sure we're going to get back up. We might just consolidate today, because remember the weekly's done it's tapped its previous support. I mean, well, this is what we've sort of had, this big push up. Then the new hours pulled all the way back to 2030. But it tapped 2010 in the end. So whether we're going to get back up there, guys, we've got to wait and see. And we'll see. Four minutes for a 4-hour closure. We ideally want the forward breaking below 2021. That'd be moving back into that range. But it's then, if we get a decent pullback, we can maybe look to get stops underneath it. If we can't get stops underneath it, we'll look for a wick entry, a wing back from 2028 or 2030. Okay. But we shouldn't be breaking this wick if price wants to push back down. But it's whether we pull back that far. We might only pull back to 2025, because that's technically the support beforehand. So we'll see. It's getting interesting. We have got news later on today, so just be careful. Yeah, ADP. Look at this 4 now, bombing down. Now if we get an hour break below here, what does that mean? Because we could just get stops underneath. So we push through. Straight through on the hour. Yeah, look, this is what we want to avoid. This, look. You've had a little hour break below. I don't feel like that hourly range is right. That looks more. Hour break below. You still didn't tap. It's more like that, isn't it? Hour break below. Come back. It's a disgusting area. So do we just wait for a break below 2020 on the hour? 2 minutes for a 4-hour close. You do come and tap 2020. So if we don't tap 2020 on this hour, it's tapped, hasn't it? That's typical. Look at that. Feels like it's going to be one of them days, guys, where price goes exactly where we say it's going to go, and we just can't get in. Go train the group after doing indicator, lovely stuff. So if we can get, again, this is an area again where we can reject from on the hour, and then what tends to happen? It tends to trickle in here, and I hate trickling. That would make sense with the weekly, because the weekly support level is here. I mean, it's going to trickle in around here. Is this daily going to flip though? How can I get in here? I can't take a breakout here because of this area. I just can't. Look, this is why I can't take a breakout. Look at these. And this wick. We can't. We'd need an hour close below that really for breakouts to the low. However, if you look at these, even when we broke below there, you still come back to 2028. And you think we're scalpers, remember? So we only wanting from 2028. That would be our take partial move to break even. 2026. That's all we're after. 16 pips. More than enough pips for me. So that's probably all what I've got going on at the minute, guys. Unless the hour breaks below. We've had a lovely forward close, but the thing with this forward close, what can happen now is the new 4 can just open up, tap 2022 and just drive. It could, but it hasn't broke past that 2020 yet. Yeah, look again. Look at these forwards. This is what we want to avoid. This, but even that would have worked. So that's all I've got going on. 2028 at the minute. I want to pull back on this next 4 hour. But it might not happen till New York. Forward close, fantastic. I mean, if we can, we technically haven't tapped 2022 yet. 11 pips. If we can get a pullback, tap 2022, we might be able to get a sell stop underneath to come down to 2020, because you haven't technically tapped it, have you? So what does that mean if we haven't tapped it? It means we need to come and tap it. Can we just take a wing back from 2022? because it hasn't tapped. 20, 22. Okay. Don't look at these smaller time frames. Might be a fast one here, guys, so stand by. If I can get what's a 5 done? This bloody wick here. See, you haven't even broke that, have you? Are we gonna come back to tap 2022? There might be an aggressive one here on the 5, guys. 5, guys. So previous support is 2022. It's a new forward candle. We haven't had a top wick, but we only need a top wick to 2022. We haven't tapped 2020 yet. So is this 4 going to pull back, tap 2022, and then flip back down, and then close like this at 2020? Or we're going to pull back further? That's what we're saying. So could we not take a 5-minute entry, and our get out would be the 5-minute also? Difficulty, guys, because we can just power through. I don't think I can take that 15, because 15's brought the lows now, but you've got this. I can't do anything at the minute, guys, unfortunately. The only thing I've got going on at the minute is this wing back area 2028. That's all I've got going on. And unfortunately, guys, I mean, some of you might be thinking I'm overcautious and things like that, but that's why I have such a high win rate. We've took 16 trades on stream. I've lost 1. It's because I'm so precise with my entries, and so the way I look at it, I get one shot. I get one shot at it in London session, and I want the best shot basically. And if it does line up for me, it doesn't show me what I want to see, then I'll just wait until tomorrow. I'll just come back the next day. At the minute, all I've got is a wing back area 2028. It's where this forward can pull back. The forward's done a top wick now. Is it going to do a steeper top wick though? It doesn't really need to do a steeper top wick. Why? Because this has done it. Doesn't even need to break past this. What was that there? 10 pips on the 15. No, I'm going to give it till 10:30. See what happens. If the 30 comes back down, $20.21. Our break. It's this area. I want to break below 2019. Oh, break, pull back, comes down. That still doesn't even tap, does it? Does eventually, but it's more like that. See what he tapped. Yeah, look guys, it's this here we need to get rid of. If we had an hour break below and then we had a pullback, so if we had a break below 2020 off the hour, that would so it's below. That's probably what we're after really, because once you come through this, it's clean traffic. So what I mean by clean traffic, look at price flying through, comes up, tests the area, straight back down. So that means when you get no pullbacks like that, it's really, really clean traffic zone through. Look at these, man. And that. Look at that, straight through. Even this one. Now, what we do notice though is price comes straight through. So what that means is it wouldn't give us a chance to get in, would it? So we need to go down to a lower time frame and find out where it initiates, where the move initiates from. And we look for a 15 or 30 minute close to the low. So, knowing this, could we not? Look straight through. So, what about a 30? 15 is probably the one, isn't it? Flick this on. Let's see what this 15 is like here. There's obviously support here now. Let's get rid of this. If we get a 15 close below here, what happens to price? Okay, so we come and tap. $20.19, we come straight through to 2012 from a 15. Did that even break though? So even the 15. Yeah, because we're in this area where price, I mean look at this, price come down and it's messed about in this range. We can't touch anything in this range. Can't touch anything in this between 2025 and 2020. We can't touch anything. Okay, but below 2020.82 for a 15-minute close, potentially. Let's have a look. And all the answers are from previous data. Just look what price does. When you get a break below 2020, what does price then do? I mean, look at that one 15-minute candle straight through. So, ooh, this is what we don't like. Fake out. 15 close. Came up, but could we take a wing back from 2020 if we get another fake out? Take a 5. Let me have a look at the 5, guys. So we got 5 close below here. Look at price pushing back up now. Nice. Came to the bottom of Asia as well. You haven't came out the bottom of Asia, mind, but so when we get a 5 close below here, where does price go? You come down to tap 2019. 5 comes straight through. Patience, guys. Biggest ingredient. Patience. Discipline to wait. If it's not there, it's not there. Why is that doing that? Okay, 5s all come straight back through. Look at these breaks here. We really shoot down. We don't sort of have a nice close and then we go. Look, it sort of comes from up in these levels. So wait there, why can't I? What's this? So why can't we take, if we get a break back below there? Up, there, come back down. Okay. Look at price coming back up. If we get a 5 back below this now, we should be coming down to test 2020, and then we should be coming through to 2019 like this. Okay, that could potentially work. Is going to be interesting. If this 15 closes back in, we technically had a fake out. We come back into the range. Can we not get a bottom wick come back to fill the range? You're going to come and fill 2025. Or are we just going to fill 2026? We're close, guys. We're close. Because this is the 4 now, look. Because the 4 was close respecting, isn't it? Would that be a forward break to the high? Yeah. Can't take that. All I've got going on here is this wing back for me at 2027. That's it. That's all I've got. This and a wing back from 2030. Unless I get closures below 2020. But that's probably going to be New York session. And I probably won't be on for that. So we would be something like that. Because you'd be breaking the previous wick high at that point. So if we can break the high and then pop back down. Now stops would only need to be above this high here. Now if you think about what should happen is, even if the hour comes up and closes like that, if it closes like that, a bit like this one, yeah, even if price wants to push up and break the highs, you're gonna have to come back, tap previous support at 2025 anyway, to then drive and break the highs, and then be left with a wick. And our take partial move to break even is the blue line. This would be our take partial move to break even. Reason being is because of this minor support here. These areas here, this area is fairly new zones. That's what's difficult. When price starts creating new zones and new support and resistance, it's tough to go off because you can't go off previous data because it's new data. So you're going to have to wait for more candles to print. But at the moment, guys, that's all I've got going off. Unless I get an hour close below 2020. That's all I am after at the minute. But our target is 2000 level. That's my target for the daily, because that's the daily flip of the zone. So if you look at all these dailies, they all come and tap 22,000 before doing anything next. So we've had our top wicks on the daily. We shouldn't be breaking the previous top wick daily if price wants to come and tap 2,000. Sorry, so that's my target. Now in regards to, oh look, no bottom wick. No, there's still no bottom wick on this 4 hour. This could flip at any point. This is the thing. This could flip at any point. But this area, this is a danger zone for me. This, I can't take any trades in this zone. Because if you go back, this is an area where price comes down, messes about, fake out, in, and then decide what it's doing. So we want to avoid that zone really. What time? I want to see what this 30 does though. But that's all I've got going on at the minute, guys. This will probably be another entry here. Let's get this on the signals. $20.28.05. Oh. Take partial move to break even. This is where it's got to be. This is the first sign. 2026. I think it's about 16 pips. Now it's up to you whether you take a partial or you just go risk free. But I'd probably go risk free there. But taking partial, you're not going to have much profit. That's the thing. Depending on how much you take. Because look, price can come down, tap it, and then it can just shoot off back, and it's not coming back to your break even. This one nearly did, but definitely gonna have to go risk free at 2026. Unfortunately, to be honest, I want to get out of these large ranges, which sounds crazy, because when the move price really shifts. But what you get with large ranges is large stops, and then when you go down to lower time frames, the lower time frames are still making these little moves. So unfortunately, you take partial move to break even. Yes, they can be bigger, which we've had, because we've been getting like 26, 36 pips. Take partial move to break even, but on this occasion, we're still only looking at 16 pips, unfortunately. But it is what it is, guys. Oh. It is what it is. Five. But my target for this is 2001. Why has it done that? Lost. Because even if price wants to break these highs here, as it pushes up, you're going to have to pull back to get liquidity. I can't see it just coming straight back up, because you haven't even broke these lows yet. You didn't even break this low. So we're close, guys. I'm going to give it another 10 minutes, and then what I'm going to do is, this trade will be valid. Now be careful, because there's news going into New York. Actually it's not 3. Oh no. 1:15. High impact news, so be careful with that. If you've got this on, I'd be looking to delete it really. Or even if you're not activated by 12, I'd look to delete it. Okay. Give it another 10 minutes. I'll get the toilet, guys. Something like that on that. $20, $28, $28, 105, 2041. That's Sarah. Did I hear? No. Can we get back, guys? Come on. 130. It's whether we can get back up, guys, that's the thing. What's the matter, Rosie? Come here. Come here. Come and say hello to everyone. Come here. Come here. Come here then. Come here then. We've got Captain Winston. Don't know if you can see him. Oh, go on then. Dog's sake, gets carried away. Carried away. How's the 30 doing? So this is an area where we can just mess about for ages, guys. So oi! So I'm probably going to call it a stream after this 30, really. 15's closed bullish. No top wick. I mean, we're close. We're close. We're close. 30 minutes. Yeah. That's what I've got going on at the minute. Not much, guys, not much. We'll wait for this 30 to close, see what happens, but we sort of just want this 30 to close bullish, really, to start coming back up. So we're expecting, this is what we're expecting. Price push down. It's picked up liquidity now to get down to these levels. Now we're just trying to get a little pullback. Yeah, just like what these did. This one and this one. Pullback to then come past these levels. So this would be the refuel, like a car. When you're driving a car, you drive, you run out of fuel. You've got to pull back into a petrol station or a gas station if you're American. Yeah, refill in order to get past and get further in your journey. Now we should be coming down to 2012, but the daily, remember, the daily should be coming down to 2000. Why do we think that? Because the daily is currently hovering. This is what we've seen on the daily. The daily is broke like that, and it's hovering in a range. And we've got a wick, say like that, because this is the daily area. Yeah? The new daily has pulled all the way back, created a top wick, tapped its previous support, and now we're expecting this daily to now flip to fill the rest of the range, the daily range, and the daily range is 2000, and that's what we're trying to see on the daily. And that would be this, because remember, candles don't just go that smooth and then flip, do they? What they do is they're constantly moving up and down like that, because that's just the lower time frames creating zones and waves. Yeah, and then it'll start like that. And all we're trying to catch is as price comes down, which comes down to there, we want another push back up 20 to 2028. We'll get activated, and then we want the daily to start heading its way down to flip on the candle. Okay. Now the cutoff to delete this is if you get, to be honest, there's no cutoff really. If you get an hour break below here, you probably, that's going to be the move. You can probably look to delete it then. It'll be unlikely that you're coming back up to tap that area. So if I get an hour break below 2020, I'll probably just delete this move, and I'll look to come back tomorrow, to be honest with you. New York might push it, pull it, and then push it. But if you do get an hour break below here, you're probably coming down to 2012 zones. So you could sell down. That would be the move, basically, the daily flipping. And when it flips, it's going to flip hard. How would I know that? Because look at these clean traffic zones straight through. And that's going to be the daily flipping through them zones. But the only concern you've got is look at the hourlies. You can't get in off the hour. Oh, you could have here, actually. Maybe here. But the majority of the time it comes straight through. So, but what's nice is we are still dropping on gold. So it gives us more previous data to go off. And that's what we want, really. That's what we want. Right, guys, I'm going to call it. Good to see you all. I'm not actually on tomorrow. I'm busy tomorrow, but I'll be back on Friday to end the week off. We're doing pretty good on stream. 15 wins, 1 loss, and that loss wasn't even a full TP hit. It was for, I think it was 50% of whatever stop you had. That's what, so it was half basically. 1% for me, I risked 2% per trade. It was 1% loss, which is absolutely F all. Okay, so very small loss. Right, guys, have a fantastic day. If you like what you see, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want any more information about our company, how to get access to our trade ideas, or become a member and trade New York session with us, hit the link tree button. All the info's on there. But other than that, have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all on Friday.
Have a good day, Pete.
See you later, guys.